When I buy, the price drops, and when I sell, the price goes up. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm sure this has happened to all of us many, many times. What's the solution to this problem? Pay attention to this part of the chart. We see a pullback, and if we enter a sell position, we'll lose. Or even buying in this area will cause us to lose. The reason for this is simply not understanding an important concept called the context of the overall chart. I can confidently say this is the most important and least understood topic in technical analysis. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon before watching the video so you don't miss future content. Thank you. Now, let's get back to the chart. Context refers to the overall state of the price chart, indicating whether the price is generally in a downtrend or an uptrend. This cannot be explained mathematically because it's an abstract concept that comes with experience and extensive observation. This concept is the most important aspect of technical analysis because it allows you to view the chart more accurately and beautifully, with a higher success rate. Take a look at this example. Can you tell me what the trend is in this upcoming area before I explain it? What we see here is a downtrend with a very steep decline. So now we have an overall view of the chart, and this perspective ensures that the positions we take are in line with the downtrend. Always look at the larger and older trends and try to understand the general state of the price. Look at these large bullish candles. We shouldn't enter a buy position during the correction of these bullish candles because we've already identified the context and want to bet on the winning horse, which is the sell positions. Since the context is bearish, we're looking for an excuse to enter a sell trade. One such excuse could be the breakdown of this channel. If you're using other analytical methods, this area could be an excellent sell zone. Another crucial point is that during this initial drop, the price fell sharply and uniformly, while the upward movement has been channeled and struggled to push higher, indicating the strength of the downtrend. This is another way to understand the likely future direction of the price. Now let's look at the next example. What's the context here? The context in this area is generally bullish, because bullish candles have formed one after another, creating an upward trend. Do you want to know why the position you take moves exactly from that area? The reason is that you're opening a sell position in this zone. You're sitting comfortably on your couch, scrolling through social media, and entering a sell trade when the trend line breaks. How is that possible? First, financial markets are the largest and most lucrative markets in the world. You can't expect to succeed by not focusing on them and instead wasting time on social media. Second, the context here is strongly bullish, and the breakdown of this trend line is a trap. We only trade in the direction of the context, not against it. If you enter a trade when this trend line breaks, that's exactly where the price is likely to move back up. So, it's much simpler and more professional to wait for, say, a double bottom pattern to enter a buy trade in line with the context. This way, your win rate will increase significantly, and you won't fall into the mental trap of technical analysis. This time, I've brought a more complex example. What's the overall context of the chart? I admit that at first it might be difficult for you to identify this area, but I assure you, with experience and time spent analyzing charts, you can master the context to a great extent. There's no one-size-fits-all solution here. Someone might view this chart differently than I do. At this moment, I see the context as bearish, and my expectations for the future are definitely bearish. The positions I take will be sell positions because I've identified the context, and even if I hit a stop loss, I'm fine with it. Every single part of this chart is a sell zone, and buyers are the real losers here because they haven't correctly identified the context. You might think the buyers have taken control here. Let's move forward a bit. The price has dropped terribly, proving the strength of the bearish context. This area, where many of us thought an uptrend might start, was a technical trap. Since the context was bearish, we should have entered sell positions on various excuses, even in this zone. Now, look at this example. What's the context here, and should we enter a buy or sell position in this area? Some might say the chart has moved up here and down there, so they're unsure. You're right. This example is complex at first, and identifying the context is challenging. But I want you to find the most recent trend, and if it has a good slope, accept it as the context and trade in its direction. Make sure it has formed a clear trend. So here, the context is bearish. because it's the most recent trend and has decent strength. My view is bearish, and I'm waiting for the trend line I've drawn to break with a strong full-bodied candle to enter a sell position. Let's move forward a bit. The first breakout candle here has a wick and isn't useful, but the next candle forms within this wick, so the channel needs to be redrawn to this point. Notice the difference between this candle and the previous one. It's a full-bodied, large candle with no wick, perfect for entering a sell position. Beautiful, isn't it? I'll say it again. Context is the most important part of technical analysis and requires a lot of experience and skill. Don't think you can master it by working just 30 minutes a day. You need to constantly backtest and forward test over days and months to train your eyes to intuitively recognize these movements. Where everyone says it's time to sell, your sharp mind understands the context and knows, based on experience and intuition, that it's time to buy in this area where everyone is selling. This is the incredibly valuable and powerful perspective that chart context gives you, making your trading more professional. I'm confident that your chances of success will increase significantly after watching this tutorial and practicing consistently. You'll reach your goals. Finally, thank you for watching the video until the end. Please support me so I can continue to be by your side with more and stronger content every day.